Welcome to Steering Deluxe. My name is Mr. Orange, and today we talk about a bit more specific subject, I would say. So it's about this ruling of a French court that said that Steam cannot ban the resale of dematerialized games. So that actually in France, and this is a ruling from a French court, so it's only valid for French territory or where the French jurisdiction. So it has overall no impact on American users or even on other users in the EU. So no impact on Germany or even in Luxembourg. So as you know, Valve, so the Steam company, they are established in Luxembourg. So the Luxembourgish law mostly applies to Steam. Alright, so in Europe at least. Alright, my friend, so I found some nice articles of PC Gamer, so I'm putting you the links down below this video. So this is the first article, news came out today, so you can check it out. And then we have an older article where Valve sued by French Consumer Association. It's from December 2015, so it's quite old. So as we all know, French courts took in this case like 3 years or 4 years, oh my god, 3.5 years more or less, to find a verdict, to find a judgment. And then I also I was just reading through the article, so you see a lot of publicity, but I was just reading through the article of Numerama. That's a French page, and they bring some more information about this judgment. And as well, and as fourth, you will find here this article on Reddit, so which is more or less a French translation of this article, so English translation, sorry, for the French article. And yeah, here are the four most important points. The Steam supplier agreement explicitly forbids users to sell their games despite the transfer of ownership of digital products and license being legal. Valve declines responsibility in the event that users' personal information is stolen, and then Valve claims ownership of the rights of any user-created content uploaded to Steam. And then fourth, it is impossible to get the money on your Steam wallet back if your account is closed, deleted, banned, and Valve applies Luxembourg's consumer law regardless of the user's country. So the Luxembourgish consumer law is very similar to most of the other consumer laws in the EU or in the partner countries of the European Union, which also use EU directives or EU IP law. In this case, it's more or less a question of less of consumer law, but more of IP law. But of course, the judgment here, this is the French judgment, so which is referring to a European, so some different European judgments. This is only valid for France, so it means in the case now that they say that it's that actually Steam now has to abolish some of the clauses that they have in the agreement that forbid for reselling those games or those digital dematerialized copies, then this is only valid for France. So it's not going to be valid for you in the US or for you in Australia or in Germany, etc. So if it should be valid for you in Germany, then there should be a German court deciding on it, or even the EU court, so the European Court of Justice in Luxembourg should find a ruling on this, which is maybe possible in this case. What is funny, so what's actually funny is they get Steam has a fine to pay of 3,000 euros per day that they are not publishing the judgment on the front page of Steam, and that they're not deleting those clauses that the French court was deeming or considering invalid. So that's actually a joke, but this goes up to 6 months. And of course then they can get some damages paid as well. The question is that I was asking myself by scrolling through those articles is mostly that the judgment refers to the ownership of the game. So it says that it doesn't matter if we own a materialized or dematerialized copy of a game. The fact they are more or less, they are the same. They are the same in the ruling of the judges. So it doesn't matter. So in the end, it's you are the owner of the copy. So we are the owner of a digital copy. So if we now, for example, we want to, I have now Tomb Raider, for example, a copy, and I want to sell this, then Steam should allow me to sell this copy. But the problem is Steam forbids me to sell the whole account, and I'm not going to make an account for each of the single games that I own. So what might be more or less interesting is actually that Steam should make, Steam should allow you to sell. So let's say they have the possibility to create a market where you could sell your digital copy to some other Steam users. But this would not make any sense. This copy would still be the same quality, so it's not like a module or like a CD or DVD so therefore this wouldn't make any sense. So in the end, Steam would to allow you to sell back to Steam, and then it's Steam they're not reselling the copy because it's obviously a license, it's dematerialized. So in the end, you cannot sell it to a friend. You cannot sell the dematerialized copy to a person that you think you would like to sell it. So this is all not possible. So you can actually just give it back. So it's in the end, this means it's a refund policy that goes over those conditions that Steam was setting out in the subscriber or user agreement in their general conditions. So it would just, in the end, this would mean that Steam always has to take back your games, but maybe for not the price that you bought it, but maybe for a lower price. And this doesn't make sense. So, well, it makes sense, but then in the end, it could destroy Steam. So I think now, since this is a very unrealistic judgment from the French court, and to circumvent this judgment, I could imagine that Steam actually would now decide to not sell you a game anymore. So they're just renting you the game. So it's very much possible that we are people that we are not going to have the property anymore of our dematerialized copies. This would mean we are just the renter of those copies, and then we have no ownership at all. So because of this judgment, let's keep this in mind, because judgment doesn't make any sense. Do you want this? I personally don't want this. So I'm more or less happy with the situation as it is at the moment. But yeah, that this would also mean that the games, all the streaming services would promote it by this judgment. So you're just paying this fixed fee, or you're paying a fixed fee for renting a game indefinito. But in the end, you're not the owner. So Steam will just turn it around that it's just a service. Playing a game is a service. So it's not anymore acquiring the property of the game. I hope you understand what I mean with this. This could totally change the business case of Steam. But let's keep in mind, this was only a French judgment. This only applies to France, not even to the EU in general. So we shouldn't be afraid that this judgment, which had a great idea and it wanted to be consumer friendly and everything, but I don't think if the people that this association was really thinking through what they actually asking here. So this is very often the case. And yeah, what else to say? I could imagine actually that that's very funny that Steam is shutting down then in France. So this would be actually funny. So I mean, before they would start to pay a fee or anything else, why not shutting Steam down completely in France? This could be the case, but yeah, we don't know anything about this yet. So I recommend you read through this Reddit. If you're an English speaker, if you're a French speaker, then I recommend you to read the original French article. So it's very interesting, and it might have a negative impact actually on our leisure activity of gaming. So what are people writing here? Why is Valve the only company targeted by the French law? I have a lot of PSN games, so this person didn't really understand the problem that might come from this judgment. Honestly, being able to resell a digital copy of a game is stupid. There would be no difference between a second-hand copy and an original copy, that's what I said before. So why would anyone pay full price for a game anymore? I know people like to hate on the big developers, but can you imagine how all games developers would be if people could just sell off their games once they were done? That's the point, it's not working. What this not just means Steam gives you a X-year license for the game, exactly, that's what I think as well. If I'm Valve, I make no change and just eat the 500k euro penalty instead of, no, they don't have to. I would just shut down Steam in France. So in this case, so in short, we should be able to sell our Steam accounts under EU law. No, this doesn't mean this, because it's a French court that was ruling, or tribunal, whatever you want to call it. Thank you for posting this article and this translation. Could we please have it too long to, yeah. Other article with more info on which other part of Valve stuff got smacked. To ban on reselling games, unfair term, TGI. Okay, some more information here, very interesting as well. I recommend you too to read through this. Alright, that's it. So yeah, those are my thoughts about this judgment. So, of course, I didn't read now the judgment fully, so since I speak French, I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to make another video about this. But those are my first thoughts when I was just reading this news article now on PC Games. I thought, what the heck? So, Steam is disappearing in France. Is it the case? Is it really happening? Probably. You don't know, I don't know, we all don't know, but it's definitely, how we say in France, or in French, so I'm not in France, une affaire à suivre, so it's just stay tuned, let's see how this works out. I'm very curious, Alright, my friends, so I wish you a wonderful day, see you the next time, see ya.